Let's get good. I am the gamer under development, and Legends of Runeterra has reached full release. It is available on mobile devices now, and with that comes the brand new region of Bilgewater, along with a whole bunch of new champions. So what we're going to be doing today is something a little bit different. I've got a deck build here. It's with one of the new Bilgewater champions and some of their new cards. We're just going to take this straight into ranked and see how it does. Now the deck is called Broadsides. I'm sure you guys will understand why in just a moment. At 1 cost, we've got the Crackshot Corsair. When allies attack, deal 1 damage to the enemy Nexus. The Legion Saboteur. When the Legion Saboteur attacks, deal 1 damage to the enemy Nexus. Crimson Disciple. When I survive damage, deal 2 damage to the enemy Nexus. You're starting to see a theme here, I suppose. Dreadway Deckhand. When I'm summoned, summon a Powder Keg. So Powder Kegs, all your spells and skills deal 1 extra damage. Destroy me when your spell or skill damages enemies. So basically what that means is that when that's down, all of these 1 damage to Nexus become 2 damage to Nexus, this 2 damage becomes 3, etc, etc. Imperial Demolitionist, when played, deal 1 damage to an allied unit to deal 2 damage to the enemy Nexus. You will notice, of course, there's only 1 health on these Powder Kegs, so we won't want to hit the Powder Keg with that, but we can hit the Crimson Disciple with the Imperial Demolitionist, and then we get 4 damage to the enemy Nexus, 5 if we have a Powder Keg out. That's a quarter of their health right there. Got Legion Grenadier, deal 2 damage to the enemy Nexus when it dies. Death's Hand, deal 2 damage to an enemy unit and 1 to their Nexus. Misfortune, when allies attack, deal 1 damage to battling enemies and the enemy Nexus until she levels up, which is, at that point, deal 1 damage 3 times to battling enemies and the enemy Nexus. So you can kind of see what we're doing here. We're basically turning the broadsides on the enemy's Nexus and just trying to unload on it. We do have 2 copies of Noxian Guillotine in here to kill troublesome enemy allies that are at more than 1 health. We can kind of poke them down if they're at 1, but if they're not, we need a way to kill them just because they're hurt, so that's why Noxian Guillotine is in. City Breaker is a finisher. Round start, deal 1 damage to the enemy Nexus. Just plain and simple. It's got 5 health, so they have to focus it down or find a way to kill it, or it just whittles away at what's left of their health by turn 4. Playful Trickster, remove an attacking ally from combat to rally. This is really, really good in this deck. At least I think it'll be. We haven't really tested it. And the reason is you can go in with Misfortune, luring them into a sense of, oh, I can kill her now. And then as soon as they go to block her, you just pull her out of combat and then rally so that you can attack again with all of your units, triggering all of our attack synergies at the same time. Very, very cool card. That is one of the new Bilgewater ones. Then we've got Decimate, because that will close out the game with 4 damage to the Nexus, or 5 with a... how did I forget the name already? 5 with a Powder Keg out. So... just finishing out there, we have Darius as an ultimate closer here. This is the type of deck that Darius shines in. You do a lot of damage early, and then when he comes in, he automatically levels up. And unless they put something in front of him with like 10 health, there's a very good chance you just finish them right there. And then the other closer we have is Double Up. Deal 2 damage to an enemy unit. If this kills it, deal 4 damage to the enemy Nexus. So basically, we're trying to direct damage the Nexus. If you look at our curve, it's a very low-heavy curve with a little bit more at the end, and that's just because usually what's going to happen is we're going to get a lot of damage in early, they're going to stabilize, and then it's up to us to kind of close the game out. This should be quite fun. I am very excited for this. We're going to take it into ranked, which is, in its own right, a little bit terrifying. Where did Broadsides go? There it is. Okay, so we're not doing versus AI. We are doing ranked with Broadsides. Where did Broadsides go again? There we go. Fingers crossed, everybody. Here we go. I have no... like, I've played a little bit since the full release, but I haven't played a ton, so I don't know what kind of meta we're going to run into, really. This could be very, very interesting. All right. That's a lot of champions. That is a lot of different champions right there. That being said, there are daily rewards now, so if you haven't logged in a while, it's a good time to do so. Oh, look at this start, though. I really like this start right here. Along with Imperial Demolitionist, this is kind of a perfect start. Didn't really need Playful Trickster here, but it's not going to hurt us too much. Let's see. I think I'll go with this one for turn 1, just in case they don't have a turn 1 drop. This will guarantee some damage. They do, and it's one that'll actually get in the way of this, and we won't get much value out of it, so I'm not going to go for it right away. I think what we'll do is we will wait until next turn when we can go in with the Crackshot Corsair out and get a little bit more damage. So this is very interesting right here. Like, this is sort of the worst thing for us to run up against is another early game aggro deck. However, Crimson Disciple here going to be very good with our Imperial Demolitionist. Nope. You can have that. I'm fine with it. Have a Crimson Disciple. So I think what we'll do next round is we'll drop Imperial Demolitionist and then go in with our Crimson Disciple and our Demolitionist. Oh, that's no fun. But I mean, they can't really block with him because if they do, he's just gonna die. Oh, this just got better. Okay, so we're gonna play this.
For the Empire.
Hit our Crimson Disciple here. It's gonna give us some damage on their Nexus right away. And then we'll probably just go in with everything here because it doesn't really matter what they block. Ideally, we'd like to save the Legion Saboteur here, but if they do block, they're gonna lose a unit. The other option is to play a Crackshot Corsair and go in with everything. That would be kind of interesting as well. This guy can't block. Let's do this. We're just gonna go for it. They're out of mana anyway, so they can't play any tricks here. And I think we might leave back the Legion Saboteur and the Crackshot Corsair. Yeah, this is fine, because then we just have positive trades, right? I'm fine with just doing this. This gives us positive trades. We also just get a little bit of extra damage here. If they don't block, we get even more damage. They're already almost a quarter through... Well, they're already a quarter through their health when Crackshot goes off. And that's going to set us up very, very soon to have Darius out there doing damage. Next turn is turn 4, so we can put City Breaker down. So far, so good. This is looking like it's going to work the way we want it to. Nice, and we were actually able to get through without losing a single unit there. I'm kind of okay with how that went. I'm actually really okay with how that went. Like, if we cast this next turn, then Darius is basically set. And realistically here, we have a couple of different options, but we'll probably just end up dropping City Breaker. I mean, we could also drop Crackshot Corsair and save 3 spell mana too, though. I guess we'll see how that goes. I think City Breaker is still just a good decision here. If we need to, we can put City Breaker in front of Lucian just to reduce the damage coming in from him. Actually, this is even better. Okay, this is fine. We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna block there and let them have the 6, because we're racing and we're winning the race. Alright. Take 1 at the start of the round. This is going quite well, actually. Oh, and another City Breaker. Talk about top deck magic right there. But we're going to put down our Crackshot Corsair instead. This is going to be a very interesting attack here. Oh, and now they've got Phantom Prankster, so they have a way to deal some extra damage as well. I'm going to go in with that collection, I think. That should give us 6 damage. This would give us 8. This kills them if we're able to get Decimate off next turn. And we can always pull back one of our... Yeah. Oh, this is so good, guys. Okay. Let's let it go.
Bullet to the face.
Yeah, this is beautiful. We should get a trigger from each of these for each attacking ally, right? No, it's just when allies attack. Okay, so it's not quite as much damage as I thought. But I mean, it's still fine. It's still absolutely fine, and there's a reason for that, and that's because we do have Playful Trickster here to pull something back if we want. And I think what we'll do is we will pull back this. Because all we have to do is get them down to 4, and then Decimate finishes. This is so good, guys. So very, very good.
Is that all?
So that's a fair trade, not super worried about that. Now if we do go in again, we give them the chance to kill something else, but we do whittle down their health. They're gonna take 1 next round, so they're at 8 right now. We can do another 2, that puts them at 6. We won't quite kill them. Unless we go in with all 4 of these, in which case we get 1, 2, 3. Well, we get 4. No, we don't get 4. Gosh, this is actually hard to calculate. So we get 2, 3. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. 3 is gonna put them at 6, then they'll take 1 next turn, which puts them at 5. Still not gonna put them close enough. I think we'll just... wait here. I'd rather keep blockers on board right now because we're too close for this. Oh, that's gonna help. That's gonna help a lot, actually. We can kill Lucian with that. That's gonna help a lot. I like that. We kill Lucian with that, we get 1 to the Nexus. They're basically dead next turn no matter what happens. Give an ally Challenger this round. Oh no. Oh, give all allies Challenger this round. Okay, that's problematic. Alright. Alright, that's okay. We can make this work. Okay. 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 Come on, what else you got? Okay. Okay, I'm actually fine with all of this because what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna kill Lucian, get 1 damage to their Nexus. We should get away with 2 units. Be able to drop the City Breaker next round. That means we'll be able to get 1 damage off of our Crackshot Corsair. We'll also get 1 off the City Breaker.
Strike hard.
Oh, that's gonna keep him alive. Okay, that's not good. We still got that 1 damage to the Nexus, though. We're still in a very good place to close the game out here. Especially if we top deck into a Darius or really any form of damage to the Nexus. We've basically got this. This is fun, though. I'm digging this deck. It's a very, very fast, very aggressive deck. We're going to end up saving 3 spell mana here, which is fine. Take them down to 6 next turn. Whew, this is going to be tense. If we draw another Decimate, though, we also just win. I think we just win now? Yeah, we just win now. Okay, let's just win.
Remember the objectives.
Let's just go ahead and win it.
For the glory of
In it to win it. Beautiful. Okay. We have the attack, so they can't come in here. All they can do is watch as we decimate their Nexus. And they don't have Ionia, so they can't stop us from decimating the Nexus either. That's game. Right there, that's game. So, I'm digging it so far, guys. Broadsides is very aggressive. I made some miscalculations with those Corsairs. I thought that they did 1 damage for each attacking ally, but it's just when an ally attacks. So not quite as powerful as I thought, but still very good. That worked out quite well. Play spells that cost 3 or less. We don't have a lot of those in this deck, actually. That was very, very nice. And we're only about halfway into how long we usually run these recordings, so we'll do another one. That was fun, though. I dig this deck a lot, guys. This deck is super, super aggressive. It's just 100. I like it a lot. We get all of that damage in early, and then it just comes down to finishing late game. But you did kind of see what I meant there by, like, when we hit late game, we reach a point where they can stabilize and turn it around if we don't finish, so we have to find ways to finish. Luckily there, we did find a way to finish. We pulled that 2 damage off the top of the deck that we needed at exactly the right time. I'm gonna pop both of those back. I might keep Death's Hand here, although really we'd rather have another unit. We'll keep it just in case. We could draw worse. Hey, there we go. That's pretty good. I'll take it. We can go Corsair into Dreadway, into Imperial Demolitionist, or we can just drop a Legion Saboteur. Since we're not on the attack first, though, I feel like we're better off going with Corsair here.
I never miss.
Next turn, we will be able to kind of drop something else, probably this Dreadway Deckhand to get that Powder Keg, and that will allow our Crackshot to hit for an additional damage because of the Powder Keg. There we go. Quite nice. You guys got a thing to play? What you doing? Oh, they're gonna kill her. That's not nice. They're gonna kill her and get a Spiderling. I mean, the nice thing about that is it does actually preserve our Powder Keg, and we'll go in and trade for the Spiderling, no problem. Alright. Trade for that Spiderling. We'll just get 3 off the Imperial Demolitionist next turn. Seems good. Oh, or we can use Death's Hand to even better effect now. I think that's actually a really, really nice thing right there. If that's all they're going to play this turn, then I don't think it's necessarily worth it for us to use Death's Hand right here, even though we will get an extra damage out of it to the Nexus and to the enemy health. Maybe it is then. I don't think so. I think that we need to take advantage of sort of the aggressive play they're allowing us to make here. Yeah, I think that's going to be a better overall decision. So we're gonna go like this.
Explosives primed.
This is very good. We can attack straight off the bat next turn without them getting a chance to respond, and we'll get all of the value out of these cards. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna get 2 damage out of that. Powder Keg is gonna go bye-bye, that's fine. A lot of damage in there. They're at 12 now. We're gonna deal another 2 when we drop the Imperial Demolitionist this turn. Or actually, we could do another 3. So they're mana ramping hard. That's exactly what that deck is. They're all about that mana ramp right now. So we maybe want to take that into consideration. But honestly, I think we're okay here. We're gonna get some mad value out of this.
Remember the objectives.
5 damage right here it should be. Oh no, it does 2 damage to our own unit though. We did pay the price there for that extra damage. That's unfortunate. She did survive though, so why didn't we get the 2 damage? Or did we? I thought we only got the 3 from her. We didn't get the additional damage from her, which is weird because that should have triggered. Okay, that's weird. Did you guys notice that? Did we... Yeah, it's weird because we didn't seem to get the damage there. That seems like maybe something didn't work the way that it was supposed to. Very strange. Let's go... I mean, here, we honestly just want to let them come in. If they come in with the Life Gorger there, we may actually just take the damage here. There's really no reason for us to block it. Unless we were setting up to, you know, kill it, then there'd be a reason to, but in this case, we're not, so we'll just take that. That's fine. You can have your 3 life back. Not really that upset about that. I will play another Corsair Crackshot, though, so that we can get some more damage in. I do think that we missed a trigger on the Crimson Disciple there, which is actually kind of irritating, because I don't think that that's by design. I think that was a bug. So let's just go in with everyone except for the Crackshot Corsair so that we can keep getting value out of it. They can only block one thing with the Life Gorger here, or Soul Gorger. And the reality is that he's going to gain them back 3 life, but we're going to be able to do a significant amount of damage as well, which means that as long as we get them below 10, we can now go straight into Darius. Okay, so he got them back 3 life there, which isn't great, but it's also not the end of the world. And now we can go straight into a 10-5 Darius. Okay, you get some more mana. Right on. Oh, and it heals them. I didn't realize that healed them. Oh, does that heal them because they're capped out on mana? How does that actually... Let me see that. No, it just heals them for 3. Okay. Let's save Darius here for a moment. Or do we? Save Darius, play Darius. I think we save Darius and we just put this down. And we're gonna lose out on a lot of mana here. That's just sort of the way that it's gonna be. Oh, that's not good. Actually, that's kind of okay. We're gonna get some extra damage off of that as well. And is that to all units? That is to all units. That means that's gonna be left at 3. So we can't kill this, but we can kill that if we want, and get a little bit of additional damage to the Nexus in the process. I mean, this isn't really a threat though, so I'd kind of rather save this. I think we'll save it. We'll save it and we'll wait. This is getting a little more tense here now, because we don't have much in our hand. That's great right now. This is just perfect for where we're at. Okay. Let's go with Legion Grenadier here. It's going to be another 2 damage there. If at all possible, we need to kill this thing this turn so that they stop gaining life, because the gaining of life off of that is actually going to be the biggest problem we run into. Let's go ahead and do this. See what they have in mind. They're going to drain 3 from our Legion Grenadier, which is fine. That means they're still going to... Actually, they won't gain any life off of this now, I think. Which means we can kind of set up to game them right here. We'll just let it resolve for right now, because we don't have to do this at this moment. Okay, so we can basically set up to game them right here. We're gonna come in with Darius next turn, and they get the chance to block, and that's about it.
They will bleed.
If they block here, we win. Oh, correction, if they block here without life gain, we win. So in this case, he's basically going to take 0 if we swing into that Darkwater Scourge. Fortunately, though, that thing does die really, really quickly. So we're not going to sweat it too much. Instead, what we'll do is just hold out. We do have a huge health advantage here. There's really no reason for us to go rushing into death, especially not when we're pulling City Breakers now. Oh, that's problematic.
Like yours. Strength? You lot wouldn't last a winter.
Okay, so this is problematic here. 9, 14, 17. They kill us if we don't block. They kill us if we do not block. If we do block, then we just lose units here. Tryndamere just represents a huge, huge problem. He also has Overwhelm, so even if we block here, we take 4, 9, 12. This is getting tough. I want to say that we Death's Hand somebody here, but it doesn't seem that useful, to be honest. So there we take 14, they gain 3. Let's do this. This actually seems like the most sensible thing. The main reason why is because that keeps our City Breakers on the board, so we get 2 free damage next turn. They still have to survive a hit from Darius here, and the most they can absorb is half of Darius's damage, which still puts them very, very low, and that's game.
Noxus will rise.
All they can do here is try to mitigate as much damage as possible on this incoming hit, but it's not going to be enough to save them from Decimate unless they have a heal. Frostbite 2 enemies. Oh, that's not great.
This is our homeland.
Okay, well, so much for that. That's actually really, really painful. Question is, can we still win this? So we get no damage there. We get 2, that puts them at 7. We get 1 here, that puts them at 6, and then we have Decimate. So we probably don't win here, kind of no matter what we do, mainly because of that Frostbite. That Frostbite did us in right there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And they have another Soul Gorger, so they're going to use Lifelink. So this life gain from Lifesteal is actually the one thing that really hard counters our deck. Not a whole lot we could do with that. So I'm going to Decimate here just to get them lower. The reality is, if we top deck something and they don't come in right away, but they probably will, then we have a chance, but otherwise we really don't have a chance. Yeah, they're at 3 here. If we top deck Double Up or whatever it's called, that'll do it. Decimate would do it, but they're going to come in here and kill us. Yeah, this is unfortunate. There's absolutely no way for us to survive here. So what we're going to do is we're going to give them the Shen emoji. We're going to kill this thing and deal 1 more damage, and then we're just going to block because we can. Decimate came just a bit too late here. I mean, it wasn't too late. It was right on time. This was a super, super close game. That Frostbite really, really did it, though. And I mean, that's okay. 50-50 win ratio isn't very bad for a deck that we haven't tested that much. I feel like the deck's pretty solid, though. I really do. I feel like it's a reasonably solid deck. 50-50, once again, not too bad for an untested deck. And I'm not seeing anything that I definitely want to remove, but I do think that perhaps we saw a bug there with the interaction between... Let's go take a look at the deck real quick, because there was what seemed like a bug there with the interaction between Imperial Demolitionist and the Crimson Disciple. When those went off, deal 1 to an ally unit to deal 2 to the enemy Nexus. When I survive damage, deal 2 to the enemy Nexus. We didn't get the trigger from that Crimson Disciple there, and I'm reasonably sure the video shows it, so I might go ahead and cut that piece out and then put it on the subreddit to let people, or to let Riot know that there is indeed a bug. Is there actually a bug report thing in here? There is. But it just opens a support page, so we'll go ahead and report a bug there as well. That being said, that's going to be it for this one, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. We will have more of the new cards in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!